What's up, everybody? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Be sure to hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notification so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Listen, the Boston Celtics last night were able to defeat the Hawks. It was a pretty close game last night, and with the score being 107 to 98. Now, Atlanta seemed to be on a tear to destroy the team and run away from the game, especially when you talk about the first quarter. But it was a guy um, in I'm a Udoka, right? I'm a Udoka that was able to show his coaching expertise and his coaching knowledge and his coaching uh, will to be able to take this shorthanded team because Jalen Brown had rolled his ankle. Uh, you know, now despite that, despite that, okay, the Celtics right now they're 8-2 ever since the trade, and they have a better record since in the last few games in comparison to the top teams in the East. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, a lot of people think that, oh, okay, yeah, well, you still got this team or you still got that team. Listen, I'm basing it off the fact that when you look at the Boston Celtics and what they've been doing over the course of 10 games, especially when you talk about over the last couple of games since the trade, because like I've said before and I told everybody, that trade right there was the sleeper. Listen, in the last 10 games, the Cavaliers are 5-5. All right, the Bucks are 6-4. My 76ers, they're 6-4. The Bulls are 6-4, and you know how the Bulls have played as of late. The only other team that has really been scorching hot besides them are the Miami Heat. And really, when I look at the Miami Heat and when I look at the Boston Celtics team, they're so identical in the way that they're moving now. They're playing at a really, really, really fast pace. Now, remember, at the beginning of the year, I really criticized Tatum because he was very inefficient. Being the top dog on the team. Some people say Jalen Brown. I say Jalen Brown. For defense, even though he's right now in terms of defensive efficiency, he's ahead of the pack. But you can't deny the fact that you have uh, three of their top players in the top 10 when it comes to defense. You understand what I mean? Because the last time that I checked, and you could go look it up, it was well now I think Marcus Smart he moved down to 14. But when we talk about the players general defense, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown are at 4 and at 5, and Marcus Smart he was at 14. Now the other week it was Jalen Brown was up there, and then it was Jason Tatum, and then Marcus Smart was at number 10. Uh, Look, I'm just gonna say this, right? The Golden State Warriors, they have them listed as the top team in terms of defensive efficiency, but the Golden State Warriors have lacked a little bit, especially when you're talking about defense. Now Boston is now second in terms of defensive efficiency rating, and they went above Phoenix right now. They got Golden State, which is number one, which I think is really overrated, and then they got Boston, and then they have Phoenix. Now, in terms of team defense overall, they have the Phoenix Suns, then they have Golden State, and they have Memphis up there, and that's one of the reasons why I chose Memphis. Now, somebody had made a comment in the comment section, and they were saying that how they don't trust John Morant on his in terms of his defense and stuff. You no, I John Morant can play the passing lane pretty good, and he's all over the floor. So that kills that whole argument. Now, could he get just a little bit better on the on ball defense? Yeah, and he quite surprisingly he doesn't get exposed in the pick and roll like a lot of the other smaller guys do. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to digress. We're talking about the Celtics now. Listen, they got so many weapons right now that they could actually be the sleeper in the Eastern Conference and in the NBA too as well. Okay, it's a team that nobody is really talking about. It's a team that nobody is talking about because they started off so poorly at the beginning of the season. And as we know, the NBA season is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I've talked about Derek White, of course. Derek White has been a tremendous addition. Okay, I like the fact that they're utilizing Peyton Pritchard more because he's an energizer bunny, right? Grant Williams has been hella solid himself. Okay, and then of course Marcus Smart, who's not getting enough credit, and even Al Horford. He even at his older age, he's still been rather solid. He's not making no excuses. Even at an older age, Al Horford is always, you want to talk about a professional, a guy that just hard hat, blue collar, not with all the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Straight up international mentality. Al Horford is cream of the crop. Doesn't complain whether he's playing 5 minutes, whether he's playing 35 minutes. It doesn't matter. He still goes out there. He's beneficial. And of course, uh, because I think I see Robert Williams. I've been talking about Robert Williams since last season, and some people know that I vouched for Robert Williams. I was vouching real hard for Taco Fall. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. He's over there in the G League with the Cleveland Cavaliers, from my understanding. But Robert Williams, when he's healthy, and I know that the brother LVZ, he disagreed with me on it, but I felt like Robert Williams, when he's utilized and everything and he's healthy, man, this guy is tenacious. Robert Williams, from my understanding, he's ranked right now number 4 in blocks. And that's shout out to True to King TV. If you haven't sub to True to King TV, definitely go sub to his channel. He had to enlighten me on that. You know, but Robert Williams, I've always been um, real high on him because I like his energy. I like what he does all over the floor. Yeah, he's number 3 in blocks at 2.2 a game. Then you got Miles Turner, who should be at number 1, and then Jared Jackson is at number 2. So these guys right here are making defense. I guess that's my point. And then of course you got the obvious when you talk about Jason Tatum, and then when you talk about Jaylen Brown. they are making defense a major priority, you know, and that's what Ima Udoka said yesterday best. Sorry, sorry about that, y'all. I had a call. Um, Ima Udoka said it best, and this is my last point. Ima Udoka had basically has said that the best defense creates an even extraordinary offense. He didn't say it in those exact words, but I knew what he meant, and that's what they've been doing. And they still found a way to win. I'm a Udoka too, and let's just start with the top. And I think he deserves a lot of credit. A lot of people were doubting Ama Udoka. They were ready to give up on him right away. There was even some people saying, "Why, we miss Brad Stevens and stuff like that." I was like, "No, I'm sorry. You talking about a guy who came up under Greg Popovich, who knows winning, who has been on the coaching staff in terms of when you talk about championship pedigree. So he knows he somehow has been able to soak in like a sponge what the knowledge that Greg Popovich has gave to him. Greg Popovich had gave to guys like a Steve Kerr, even though Steve Kerr has been other places or whatever. But I guess he saw our prominence as Steve Kerr at one point in time, and other individuals like uh, Rick Carlisle, from my understanding. You know, I'm a Udoka man. Needs more credit for what he's been doing. He didn't give up on a guy like Jason Tatum, and even when they were going through their turmoil, because they had some turmoil going on, and they tried to destroy that team with the media and everything, with the whole Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown and Marcus Smart issue, in terms of Marcus Smart being upset about everything. It was even got to the point where they were saying that Marcus Smart was considering leaving and stuff like that. But I think that they were able to work everything out. They were able to be solid and say, you know what, we got to compete. Now that still doesn't mean anything. Well, that still doesn't mean that the Celtics have not put Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown on thin ice in terms of getting it done, and they know that they need to get it done, and that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. So, man, y'all let me know what you think, man. Leave your comments, like the video, share it, subscribe, hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content, all of my videos. Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment. I'll get at you later.